Welcome back to NCERT Class 9. Chapter number 2 is Matter Around a Sphere. Children, in the previous class, we learned what is meant by solution. Isn't it, children? We came to know that it is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. If you present in the given mixture, then it is called as a solution. And also we learned properties and also concentration of a solution in our previous class. All such things related to solution we came to know. So dear children, in today's class we will study what is meant by suspension and what are the properties of a suspension. You know, a suspension is a heterogeneous mixture, you can say. Heterogeneous means generally we have two types of a mixture. One is homogeneous and the second one is what? Heterogeneous. Solution is a homogeneous, whereas suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. Means when the word comes heterogeneous mixture in our mind, you have to keep it in mind that means it is a non-uniform concentration, isn't it, children? That is not physically distinct, means the solution mixture will contain a physically distinct parts. If the given mixture or a solution contains what? Physically distinct parts, that it is commonly called as a heterogeneous mixture. So suspension is also a kind of a one heterogeneous mixture in which the particles are not going to dissolve in the solution, but they are suspending in the given media. Means they are suspending, they are remaining, isn't it, children? Without dissolving in the solution, they are going to settle, isn't it? That is the meaning of a word here, suspension. Got it, children? Okay. How can we write the definition now? A suspension is nothing but it's a heterogeneous mixture in which the particles do not dissolve, but they will won't suspend in the medium. So, what is the definition, children? It is a heterogeneous mixture in which the particles, nothing but a solute particles, children, solid like particles or components, they are S, in which the particles suspend in the medium, isn't it, children? And they do not dissolve, isn't it, children? What is that? A suspension is it is a heterogeneous mixture that do not dissolve, whereas the particles will remain suspended in the medium. And by doing so, that is by using the filtration method, you can remove or take out the components from the mixture. So what are the properties of a suspension then? So the properties of suspension are, first one is, it is a heterogeneous mixture. So children, they are not dissolving, means they are the bigger in size, means the solid particles or what here, somewhat bigger compared to that of a solution particles, so they can be seen to a naked eyes, isn't it, children? They can be, that is, these particles can be seen to the naked eyes. And the particles bigger enough, so scattering of a light can be possible, and it will be helpful in what? Showing the path of the light. Scattering of a light. Scattering of light is possible and path of the light can be seen. Path of the light can be seen, children. The scattering of a light in the form of a Tyndall effect. In the next topic, we are going to learn in detail, children. Here you simply keep it in mind. Scattering of a light means here the particles, colloidal particles will be present. They are bigger in size here and it will make what? The path of the light can be visible through these particles. And here, if the suspension, that is, if the mixture is left undisturbed, that is going to be settled down, means the solid particles, if it does not disturbed, means they are going to settle down. So we can say that such a mixture is what here? Unstable. It is unstable. So if the mixture is unstable, means we can remove the solute particles or components from the mixture easily by filtration techniques, isn't it, children? It is unstable and the solute particles can be separated by filtration. At this stage, children, now the scattering of a light is not going to be possible because the particles are very small. If the size of the particles is very small in the suspension mixture, means then that is what scattering of a light will not occurs because there is no particles to scatter the light. In order to see that is path of the light, we need a particles, children. Once after removing that is components from the mixture by filtration, we cannot see the path of the light. Okay, children, this is all about suspension. Means here it is a heterogeneous mixture in which the particles are not going to dissolve in the medium but they are suspending in the mixture, and these particles are bigger in size, so can be seen by our eyes. The main properties of a suspension are it is a heterogeneous mixture and it can be seen by to our naked eyes, and the scattering of a light is going to be occur, and also the mixture is what here? Unstable. In such a case, we can remove the components by filtration method. Is it clear, children? What is meant by suspension and what are its properties? Okay. Now we will discuss colloid or colloidal solution. Means it is also a kind of a solution. We can call either by colloid or colloidal solution. One and both same meaning, children, here. So what is this colloid or colloidal solution? It is a mixture, children. Means here the particles are uniformly spread in the given mixture. So then it is called as a what here? Colloidal solution. It is sometimes we'll get confusion whether it is a homogeneous or a heterogeneous, children, because the particles are very small, so we can say that it is a homogeneous mixture, but it is what? Totally wrong, because it is a heterogeneous mixture. So directly you can say that a colloidal solution is a heterogeneous mixture in which the particles are, means the colloidal particles are uniformly spread throughout the solution, and it is what? The particles of the colloid are very small to seen by our naked eyes, but scattering of a light is going to be possible in the colloidal solution, children. The best example is, children, milk, isn't it, children? So milk. Since the particles are very small in the milk, we can't see with our naked eyes, isn't it, children? So that we can't say that now it is a homogeneous mixture, because it is also what, heterogeneous mixture. That is, scattering of a light will occurs in case of a milk. Means the particles will mix as to see the path of the light. When a light is passed to that solution, we are going to see the path of the light because of the presence of the colloidal particles, and hence it is called as a what, children? It is a heterogeneous mixture. And also here, that is Tyndall effect, isn't it? What is this Tyndall effect here? Scattering of a light, children. When a light is passed, means a torch of a light or a beam of a light, when it passed to this mixture, if the path of the light is appearing, means then it is called as a Tyndall effect. So how we will write the colloidal or colloidal definition, children? It is a mixture in which the colloid are uniformly spread throughout the solution. And what is the definition of a Tyndall effect, children? Tyndall effect, isn't it? That is scattering of light is generally called as a Tyndall effect. Scattering of a light when a beam of light is passed to any mixture, if the path of the light is visible, means then it is called as a Tyndall effect. This Tyndall effect you can observe, children, in the dark room, isn't it? Suppose if all the doors and windows, if it is closed, means then from a small hole you can observe the path of the light, isn't it, children? That is called as a Tyndall effect. And not only in the dark room, children, even that is canopy of a dense forest also, if the sunlight is fallen in such a place, means then also Tyndall effect is going to be absorbed, isn't it, children? Is it clear? Tyndall effect means scattering of a light, the path of the light is going to be visible. Such a thing we will call it as a Tyndall effect. Best example is that is looking or seeing the path of the light from the dark room, or observing a path of a light from the dense forest, because here the mist, it will contain some particles, so these particles will make over here Tyndall effect. Okay, children, now we will discuss what are the properties of a colloidal solution. The first one is, children, it is a heterogeneous mixture. And the particles are too small to see in our naked eyes. Particles or colloidal particles are relatively small to see by our naked eyes. Isn't it? And here, scattering of light occurs, and it is quite stable, children. The last property says that it is a stable. It means that if the mixture is left undisturbed, the particles are not going to settle down. So we cannot use the methods like a filtration in order to remove the components from this solution. At that case, we had to go different methods like centrifugation process we can use here. Now remember children, the main properties of a colloidal solution are it is a heterogeneous mixture and the particles are very small to seen by our naked eyes, and the scattering of a light will occurs, isn't it, and it is quite stable, and we cannot use the simple methods like filtration to remove the components from the mixture, but the methods like a centrifugation is going to be applicable to the colloidal solution. Is it clear children? And along with this, in the colloidal we have mainly two components children, we can say, that is dispersed phase and a dispersing medium. The components of colloid are dispersed phase and one more is what? Dispersing medium. So children, what is this dispersed phase and a dispersing medium? A dispersed phase is nothing but a solute-like components children in the colloidal. That is solute-like components in the colloid. Generally we call what? Dispersed phase. Whereas dispersing medium is nothing but the dispersed phase is going to dissolve in it. Then it is called as a dispersing medium. That is the dispersed phase. Dispersed phase means here solute, isn't it children? Is dissolving in it. The dispersed phase is dissolving in it, then it is called as a dispersing medium. Let us take one best example children so that you can understand still more better way. That is, let us take a mud, isn't it children? So here the dispersed phase is what? Dispersed phase, and here what? Dispersing medium. In the mud, the dispersed phase is what? It is a solid, and dispersing medium is what? Liquid. Let us take one more, that is, you take cream, isn't it children? That is any creams like shaving creams, isn't it? You can take here that is dispersed phase in the creams comes gas, whereas dispersing medium is what here? Liquid, isn't it children? These are what? A few examples of components of a colloid. Means a colloid will contain, how the solution is going to contain a solute and a solvent particles. In the same way, the colloid also contains dispersed phase and a dispersing medium. Dispersed phase means the solute-like components are called as a dispersed phase, whereas the dispersed phase or the solute particles which are going to dissolve in a medium, then it is called as a dispersing medium. Is it clear children? Yes. Children, in today's class we learned what is meant by suspension, what are the properties. Then after learning that, we came to know what is colloidal solution along with the examples, and Tyndall effect means we came to know then what are the components of a colloidal solution we learned.